Then we're going to get some more on this by Colonel Mary Eisen, the director for the International Institute of Counterterrorism at Reichman University and former head of combat intelligence with the IDF. Mary, we are hearing now that Hezbollah is moving their military assets around the north in preparation for a major offensive against Israel. What are the circumstances under which Israel might preempt that?
Israel has been following Hezbollah from day one. We've said this here, Ariel. I'll remind our viewers. Hezbollah is one who has been training and practicing to do the type of attack that took place on October 7th in the south of Israel. They've been training, showing over different videos of themselves doing so to do the north. So in the fact that they are now moving their assets around, that means rockets and mortars, that means different type of launchers, suicide drones, the little pokes that we've been seeing over the last few days, the tension has been rising. Hezbollah is the big brother. They have 10 times the capabilities of what Hamas has. So most definitely in that sense, it's not just a blinking game. Right now, Israel is on the verge of, do you wait for them to attack first, or do you preempt? It is a question. I don't think we're being held back. I think that we really are looking at this in an overall way.
I want to talk about the other front now in Gaza. We've been seeing international pressure against Israel mounting, and the Islamic Jihad rocket strike on that hospital in Gaza being used as a major propaganda piece in the war so far. Does the knowledge that this was in fact a rocket from the Islamic Jihad change the equation as far as the European powers are concerned?
I've never been worried about the governments of different countries. They have their own understanding. They have their own intelligence. They put together and they're on the higher moral ground. What I'm worried about right now, Ariel, is the social media and that viral way that within minutes, what they called the Gazan hospital officials, and I was like, you do know that that's the Hamas officials, the Hamas health officials in the Gaza Strip, is in such a heinous way sending that out, blaming Israel and the international media, and within that, the social media, just the knee-jerk reaction that, of course, Israel did it. We're on that higher moral ground. I absolutely see the governments in support, but because of that viral social media push, certainly within the Arabic-speaking world, where it's coached in such horrific ways anyways, but also in that Western, very progressive world, that they're like, we have to prove that we didn't do it when we would never attack a hospital. So these are most definitely battlegrounds that are going to impact public opinion in a horrific way. As we know, Jews and Israelis worldwide right now are under attack, and not just here in Israel. And we need to stand up straight and make this clear. We can't let this terror psycho, the type of psyops type of war, be the ones who define the narrative.
And Mary, on that topic of psyops and the moral high ground, right now Israel has declared a new humanitarian gathering location in Gaza, al-Mawasi. What is stopping Hamas from using it as a staging ground for their military assets now that Israel has promised not to hit it? And if they do use it, what can Israel's response be?
My response in that sense is going to be double take. I think right now that all of the terrorists in the Gaza Strip from the beginning, and we've been saying this for years, do put their headquarters and their weapons in the hospitals because they know that Israel will never attack them. And that's why it's so horrible what's going on. And yes, I agree with you that they will put assets there. In this case, you know what? We're trying to help the 2 million civilians. Hamas have been using them as human shields for many, many years. This isn't something new. We will continue, like we have done today, to consistently tell them, move, get out of the northern Gaza Strip, get into that area with the possibility of humanitarian relief. Don't let Hamas both steal what the United Nations Relief and Welfare Agency capacities have of fuel and water. Let the world help those people. Hamas is a terror organization on so many different levels. We need to make sure that they're not the ones who bring out the poor Gazan people as their human shields.